Hello ducklings, my name is Sanniz and I'm from Sweden, and it's time for a little update about my gastric bypass surgery. But first we take the intro and see you soon. Hello ducklings, my name is Sanniz and I'm from Sweden, and as you know I have done a gastric bypass surgery, and I did it in Falköping here in Sweden, and it was the 14th of September 2023. So today is 5 months and 1 week post-op. So it's gone a while, so I thought it was time for a little update about the things, and we can start with something that might be triggering you. So if you don't like this type of information, don't look at this video, because then it's not for you. But my weight right now is 81.1 kilo, or like I said, 178.1 pounds, and that means that my BMI is down to 27.1, so it's getting closer to the normal range. So I feel very happy for that. I didn't expect it to go that fast, and yeah, you know, that means my body at least is healthier. And if you want to know how much I've gone down totally since everything started, and remember that the liquid diet started 2 weeks before, plus my first meeting with the surgery was before the summer started, so I started to slowly to change my habits already with doing a lot of walks and everything. You can see that in other videos before, and I have a list for my gastric bypass journey too, so you can go and watch that too. So since the first weigh-in at the hospital, the first time I met all the stuff there with the surgeon and the dietist and the nurses and everything, I have lost totally almost 31 kilo, and in pounds it is 68.5. So I think that is really great job. So not making this video too long, I'm gonna talk about the pro and the cons about it, and it might think that it's not that much positive things right now, but remember, I'm just in the beginning. This is a lifetime change. It's not a quick fix. It's something I'm gonna have to deal with in the rest of my life, especially if I want it to work for me. But it's still one of the best things I have done, and the main reason why I got this surgery was because I have a very bad sleep apnea. I need a CPAP mask to sleep with and CPAP machine, because else I stop breathing while I'm sleeping, and because it's the worst level on it. So the only thing that might relieve it, or maybe even get me to not need it anymore, is to actually do this surgery. But that's another thing right now. So we're gonna start to talk how it goes so far, and I say the positive things. The first positive things is I don't need any more high blood pressure medication. And that's a big relief to don't have, because I already have thyroid medication, and I think you shouldn't take more medication than you need for. And high blood pressure is not good for you, because that can make a big risk for other type of complication with your life and early death and that type of things too. So I'm very happy that I don't have to use that. I do regularly check my blood pressure too, to see that everything is okay. So I know that I'm on the right things and nothing goes wrong there. But so far it's okay, and I'm very happy that I don't need that type of medication anymore. And the other point that is one of the biggest that you're gonna discover very early in the journey too, you don't have to do this big change that I reached now before you already start to make the difference, because you're gonna feel your body start to feel much more easier, lighter. I'm not sure that people that are normal weight didn't know what I'm talking about, but if you've been heavier, you don't realize how much more extra you're actually carrying around with, and how much that affects your body with all the parts in you, with muscles and you name it, and how it can be really hard, but you don't realize it. And you don't realize another type of things too before you have lose a lot of the weight that actually the body had to struggle with. So suddenly you don't have that weight to pull around with. So that's another thing that I find. And it's also easy to find clothes. You can go to more shops, because not all shops have plus size, and the plus size section sometimes it may be not the funniest too. And if you're like me, an alternative person, you don't want to buy old granny clothes to hide yourself like in a tent or something, because that's not fun. It's not fun to buy clothes that, and not even underwear and that type of things are easier to get. But it's really much more fun when you realize that you suddenly can get on clothes that you didn't even think was possible. And yesterday I had this thing too, when I realized that I actually couldn't use large in leggings. I can put on a pic so you can see how it looks like. I actually ordered after my measurements, and from Shein, I needed more leggings, because the one I used to have now, Travis started to call me for bag lady, because everything is baggy on me. My working clothes is definitely baggy on me, but even my comfy clothes look baggy now, so you can't really see how I look like under everything, because t-shirts, leggings, everything is baggy. It's not sitting as it should, especially not in the sport leggings too, that are supposed to sit in more snug fit too. So I actually bought 3 pair in size large. They look exactly the same, so it's nothing exciting to see, so I haven't done any video about it. So, but I think it's great. It's great I actually can wear large. I never thought I should come down to this size anymore, but now I'm there and I'm very pleased. And I'm still wearing XL large on some other parts. I even recognized I can use Trevor's jeans, but he said, you can't take my jeans because that's mine. But it's still one thing that I know that I'm going in the right direction, and hopefully my health doing the same. And another thing is I eat much more healthier, because I need to think about what I put into my system, because I need protein. That's the main reason. And I need to get enough water and that type of things. And I haven't drink any soda since I started with my diets and everything before the liquid diet and after the surgery. I haven't even tried to drink a soda, and I'm not sure I want to. But what I drink right now is my protein shakes, I drink my coffee, and I drink water. I don't even put in any zero in my water anymore, because I stopped with that, because after drinking so much zero too, I started to get a little tired on the taste. So I don't know, even if I don't that big fan of water itself, it's still something that I can drink, and I know that my body needs it, so that's why I can drink it. And I thought it's better to keep with a healthy thing than an unhealthy. So because I also have to choose wisely my food, of course I can eat something that is not good, and I have tried something, but I discovered some things are way too sweet for me now, because I don't have this sugar thing anymore, because I've been away from that much sugar. You don't even know how much sugar it is even in food nowadays. So if you, especially when you buy ready-made food or go out and they put sugar in it, and the other things that have a lot of sugar in it too, so you don't know. Of course I can take a little chocolate bit sometimes, like in a Ferrero Rocher or something, but one bit is enough. Before I could eat lots of candy and that type of sweets and still have something that was not satisfied, and you know that it's not good. It's not good. So yeah, it's a lot of things changing there too when it comes to taste and what you want and that. And of course I want to eat other things and want to try, and I'm gonna try things because I don't want to give myself forbidden type of things. But if I feel that I don't feel well about it, my belly starts to protest or something, I know either it's way too early for me still to try to see if I can eat it, or it's not good for me anyway. So it's better to not eat it. So I think it's more healthier things. And then I said my scars, I'm gonna put up pics on it, and they have actually toned down a lot since my surgery. I didn't actually tape them that long because I realized that I thought everything went more dirty where I had the tape instead for the ordinary thing when I had to change them anyway every day after work. So I thought, it's not summertime, it's winter time and everything like that, and I'm not that person that gonna be embarrassed to having 5 scars either. So I thought, this is a story about my life and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just a reminder to what I have been going through, and I think actually they have healed very well. And even if I'm pale, they start to be that, so they're not that visible. I can see that, but not visible in that way to say, wow, what have you done? You know what I mean about that one. So I think that's okay too. And now we're gonna come to the little more negative side, that some bits can be positive, but in the same way they are negative too in a certain way. And it can sound like my negative side is much more worse, but remember the positive side is the most important. But I don't want to glorify or make it that. I want to show the true side of how it is for myself at least. I don't know about others because this journey is different from everyone, and we all react different ways, and the body, because you don't know which weight you're gonna get anyway in the end, because I'm still on the travel, it's still early days, so I don't know where I'm gonna end up and how it's gonna go, and how much it's gonna affect me even more. So, but I'm gonna try to be honest and tell about the situation right now for me. So you come to, and it's no special order I put the negative stuff, so it's I just put down it as I remember what I want to talk about. And we can start to the most boring stuff that maybe it's not negative really, but it's negative if you don't like to plan that much. That is, you need to plan your meals. You can't just take for granted that everything gonna be sorted. So if you don't know you're gonna have meals where you're going, or having water or that type of things, you actually need to plan in advance. Because I am having 6 meals a day and I have to drink a certain amount of water to stay dehydrated, and if you don't eat enough protein and you don't get enough fluid in your system, that's gonna affect your weight journey too in a negative way. So you need to have this under control. So it's not just go out and hope for the best, because it don't work that way. You can't just take anything, because if you start being sloppy, you can actually gain weight again, and you don't want to go there if you don't have to, do you? No, I don't want that, because if I come in this far, at least I want to keep it that way. I know that I can reach a level when I come to my lowest, but then I can gain up to the set point the body wants to, but that is completely normal. It's nothing to freak out about, and I'm really satisfied already where I am now, so I shouldn't be angry if I didn't lose more. But I know that I'm still overweight when it comes to the BMI, but it's much better than it was from the start. When you're looking at, I have like 38 or something in my start BMI, and now down to almost normal. So I'm very pleased. It's a lot of change there. And then we come to, people might think, why are you putting this on the negative side? I'm gonna explain. People are more nicer. Why do I say it's negative? Because they are judging you for how you look, how big you are, and that type of things. And when I started to lose weight, it was already in the beginning of my journey, and I can see it even more now, that people that don't know me are so much more nicer, and even some people that I know but it's not friends are also more nicer when I suddenly start to be more like them when it comes to the look and the body shape. And I feel it's bad, because we shouldn't be treated different just because we have different looks. It doesn't matter if it's clothes or whatever, or your weight and that. We should be treated the same. I'm not another person just because I lost those kilos. I'm the same person, just with a smaller body now. So that makes me sad, and that actually affects your mental health too. When you see that this world we're living in are so shallow, so they actually judge you and they treat people that are in a certain way much more better than the people that are overweight and very obese and that type of thing. And I think it's wrong, but that's why I put that like a negative thing. Then I got the next one, dry skin. Yeah, I know, I'm in the beginning of my travel. So dry skin is something you're gonna have, so you're gonna have to use a lot of things to moisturize your skin. And especially in my hands, I have problem areas, especially here, so I need to remember to put on that. And I'm very bad at that type of thing, because I don't really like to use it. I never have liked it, but I have learned my feet and my hands definitely now need it. Of course, I have put on that on my face all days, both for night and day, but I did it before too, and that is more to take care about my face. But that was the only part of me that I did these things. Now I need to put it on my hands and on my feet too, because else they go way too dry and start to crack and hurt. And maybe for girls more or females more, the hair loss. It's still plenty of hair loss, and I don't remember if I had a picture when I have just washed my hair, so I can show how it looks like. But just remember, if I had a pic, I have already brushed my hair before I went into the shower to take away what I think is the worst, because that's a habit I have, because I don't want to have knots when I start with the shampoo and that type of things. Plus I want to take away loose hair, but during my shower I still lose a lot of hair, and that's still going on. I know it's something that happens because it's the big change in the body, and the body decide to put things, all the energy and everything goes to other part of your body. So when you are in a storm mode, like the first part of the journey is when you're losing that much weight that fast, so the body decide to put everything in another way, so they don't get it to the hair and don't get to the nails and your skin and that type of things. And that's why you need to do things with that. But I hope it's not gonna go too much worse, and I hope I soon come into a level when my body start to work the other way, because it's gonna come back hopefully. I had problem because I have thyroid too, so that made me lose hair, so I know that it can be better, but we have to see. And the other part when it comes to that, and that could be negative too, that you need to take your supplements for the rest of your life. And I have a tablet. I take 2 tablets in the morning, 2 tablets in the night. So remember to take your supplements, even if your blood samples maybe show for the moment that it's okay. The body can start taking things, especially calcium. If you don't get your calcium into the system, it can take the calcium from your bones, from your skeleton. So remember, always take your supplements. They are very important in the rest of your life, because you can't get the nutrition in the right way. And if someone ever looked on this description of how much it is of everything you need, and compare that with an ordinary supplement, you're gonna see the difference in percentage is so much more when it comes to a person that done this type of surgeries, no matter if it's a sleeve or a bypass or something, because we need so much more, because the body don't have the same chance to get it into the system. Then we come to much more frozen. Right now, yeah, you say, yeah, you sit in a t-shirt, yeah, but this is just temporary, because I didn't want to look like a clown with a big hoodie and a big blanket on, because that's what I mainly look like after a while when I'm inside. But of course I get warm in between too, so I take off things, but then I put back my hoodie and put on my blanket again. So I sit with a big blanket and a big hoodie. But I wanted to not sit with too much oversized things on whilst I do this video, because I wanted to show that I actually start to look a little more normal in my body shape than I did before. And Then we come to another thing. I don't know if that have something to do with my weight loss. I have asked them, the people from Falköping about it too, and they can't say that it is. I talked with other people that had done the surgery, and they said it can be just a consequence, or what do you call it, that maybe it's you that is unlucky, but I have been more sick. I also have more problem with headaches, so I don't know if that is a combination. I have Google on the headache especially, and so that in some circumstances it can actually trigger headaches too after a certain while. In the beginning of travel it can be because of you don't get protein enough or water enough into the system, but after some months it can be other things that makes you start getting headaches. And what I could understand, that if you had problem with migraines and headaches early in life, so that could also make the chance higher. And because you can't take painkillers in the same way after doing this, because it's not much you can take, because you're gonna destroy your belly and everything else in the system if you take other type of painkillers. So it's not always helping that way. So I was thinking that if I still, about some weeks from now, still suffer with more headaches that I can't take down with the painkiller I have, that I can use for the moment, then I need to book a time for my doctor and see if they can help me at least get a painkiller that maybe works better than the one I can use right now. Because it's nothing you can experiment yourself, because you need to know that your body can't take all type of medication anymore, because else you're gonna damage parts inside you. And the mental bits, we touched a little about how you feel when people treat you different, but I also reached now the stage when I come into this state when the mind is not in the same place as the body. You are lost drastic a lot of weight, and when you look at the time schedule is during a shorter time. Yeah, you think 5 months maybe it's not that short time, but for a body to lose that much weight during that period is still a lot of weight gone off. So your brain is not really coping with it. It's don't understand what's going on, because in your mind you're still the person you were before. At least I feel that, and I know others have said the same thing, that you have a little hard to take in that thing. So it's gone like a mental crash inside. So even if you look at photos, you look at in your mirror and you see old pictures, you can see the difference, but inside your mind it still connects that you are a big person, because you can't really get it that you have lost that much, it's changed so much. You're still the same person, but at the same time not the same person, if you know what I mean. And for me, I feel that it gives me a bit of sadness. Not sadness that I have lost the weight and that, it's sadness that my mental don't understand the journey. And I think that's what many talks about, that you don't give enough help after the surgery. You get the physical bits and you got the tools with how you're gonna eat and drink and that type of things, but they don't take care about your mental bit. And that's when you start to crash after a while, because you don't understand how big this journey is when you realize all the difference that you make, even when you can do much more things, and you don't know how much it have affected you. And your brain starts to work through all those changes, but it still don't want to cope with it because it don't understand. And the body tells something else. So yeah, that's the easy way I can see that you can get some mental issues too, of course, that is caused by the weight loss. And I don't think it's something that isn't normal. I think many go through the same thing, because it's a big change, because most of us have fighting for years. We try to go down, and the weight had gone over, and we maybe reached a certain level, but then we go up and be even heavier, and because the set points in the body been totally wrong. But after the surgery, the set points now reset, and I still haven't reached the set point where I know where I'm gonna be, because it's still early days. And yeah, but the brain is not resetted. It's still the same person that it was when you were overweighted. So it's like a crash, and maybe it's other things that builds up because how you've been treated by people and how your body have made you not do things you wanted to do, but you couldn't do that because you're physic. It's like some things you couldn't do just because it was not that easy maybe to bend or doing those stuff, because you need to maybe have a body that works with you and not against you all the time, if you know what I mean. So that's a bit you need to think about too. And then I come to one thing that might be a fun part, but also an expensive part, and that is you're gonna need new clothes. And what I have done, I haven't been directly gone that fast with buying new things, because I know that I don't know where it's gonna end and how fast it's gonna end and how long the time it's gonna take. They say up to 1 year, 1.5 before you maybe know where you are. And I still have plenty of time to reach that level, so I don't know if I'm close to it or it's still a bit away. So I haven't directly bought more than the necessary stuff, or sometimes a few times I have bought something that's gonna last, but because now everything started getting a little way too big, baggy. My winter jacket I'm not gonna replace yet, because that's gonna be replaced in next year, because it's way too expensive to buy a good winter jacket now when I don't even know what I'm gonna look like next winter. So I have to wait till next year. But now I started to need new leggings, for an example, because everything looks way too baggy for me, even if they stay up because you have the elastic thing that still keeps up. Some things are starting to go down too when it comes to that type of things. But as long as it stays up, it's not necessary. You can wait for a while, but of course you want to have something, so don't buy too much. Buy so you have enough for the time, and buy clever. And I also ordered some t-shirts and that type of things in smaller size too, even if I had from a little less heavier days, still things that now started getting baggy even for me. So I think at least I can use them still, so it's not looking bad. It's only the things that have been way too big and now have decluttered from my wardrobe, especially when it comes to dresses and that type of things. And sadly I'm gonna see that it's even other things that are a little more expensive, like corsets that I can't use anymore because they are way too big for me now. And I never thought that should happen, that I shouldn't be able to wear them anymore. So it's very sadly, but that's the thing, it goes, and I can't do anything about it, because I want to be healthier and I want to have a body that actually can work with me and not against me all the time. And you ask how it goes with your sleep apnea. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna wait some month more because I've been sick, so it have affected my sleep apnea too. And that is because I have sinuses infections and that type of thing. That because when I'm sleeping with my CPAP mask on, it's only covering my nose. I'm not allowed to breathe through my mouth. So I need to breathe through my nose, and when my sinuses have been blocked and that type of things, and during the night I start to get the problems with getting air, of course. And it doesn't help that I have taking medications and that. And my asthma have been a bit better. I haven't been in the throat itself that much, so I haven't been able to use my inhalator that much. But instead, it feels like, because this winter been very cold, it feels like it's going over more to a cold allergy, because my nose have been running, so I have to take allergic thing that spray up in my nose to stop the worst part of it, because it's been very cold at work too. So it was very annoying when my nose was running all the time, even when I didn't have a cold. So it didn't help to get a cold too at the same time. So I don't know how it goes with my sleep apnea, and like they said, they can't promise that I don't need to use the CPAP anymore, but I hope I'm gonna reach that stage, but we have to see. But I know that during the moments when I've been not too much with cold and that actually I can follow in my app how many of that type of thing I have per hour. So it's actually gone down and been a very good amount. I don't know how it is without a CPAP on, but I'm gonna book a time, maybe 1-2 months from now, and be in touch with them and see if I can get a new try with it. Actually, take a look how many of those things I have during the night, and maybe I'm good enough so I don't need any CPAP anymore. I don't know. But as long as I am registered for sleep apnea, especially bad sleep apnea, I need to use it. And if I refuse to use it, they can take my driving license, and I don't want that. But I think I have included most of the things now, and it may be a longer video than I was thinking to do from start. But I think it's important to talk about the most of the other things stuff too. And of course it's another situation too, but I don't think that is just because of my weight loss, because I had this belly problem before, and it has to do with number 2, that you can have periods when you have problem with that too, so have that in mind. But I haven't had that type of problem when you have about dumping. I'm gonna turn off an alarm here. It says it's time to eat again. Because that's what you have to do. You have to put alarms so you don't miss your dinners. So now it's time for me to eat, and I hope you got a little more understanding for how it is to be. And if you're thinking about doing a surgery, take so much information you can, do your own research, and then contact the doctor. I'm not a professional, I'm just talking about my own experience. And we all have different experience, even if many have similar, so we still go a certain way. And like the doctor says, they can't promise you to reach a certain weight, because some people don't have that good result of some reasons, because it's something else that makes the body the way. And then you have people that get a lot of complications too, so have that in mind. It's not a surgery without risks, but at the same time, are you willing to take the risk and hope for a better shape for your body? Then I can recommend it, because I can feel the difference already in my body, even if I've been a little unlucky with being sick this winter and with my headaches too. But if I take that part away, I can feel the difference. Else, stay safe, stay weird, and be nice to each other. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.